In this video, I'll be summarizing Chapter 2, Maggie, from the book Twins. We will dive deep into key details that we need to know about. Written by Gloria Board. Maggie had a husband, Dr. Henry. Unfortunately, Dr. Henry passed away in an earthquake, but before he passed away, he had a friend, Matthew, and he told Matthew, "Find a good situation for my wife." And Matthew replied, "You have my word." In the start of the chapter, Maggie arrived at the guest house that Matthew helped her get. She leaves 2 passengers behind, and she is now in the guest house all alone, grieving. Once Maggie enters the guest house, she goes into the glass room. She is so overwhelmed by her grief, so she collapses on a green sofa and falls asleep. Later that day, guests arrived for Dr. Henry Memorial. They entered the house, trying not to disturb Maggie. The sister-in-law took Maggie to the bedroom and got her ready. James, who owns the guest house, started to observe the memorial and decided to go in the guest house. Once Maggie was ready, she went out to the glass room. It was time for her to speak, but a wave of emotion came over her. She just couldn't. Everyone felt her sadness, even James. A man who usually didn't feel affected was now affected. After a few minutes, Maggie gathered her strength and she sat up straight. It was time for her to speak. James did not see her face much. He only saw a glimpse, but what he did see was a slight smile, but not quite full. As the book quoted, Some of you've been to our lovely apartment. You ate with us and we laughed together. You heard my husband's delightful stories of the beauty of Cap-Haitian. We enjoyed our time spent with you all. Many of you was his patients, and some..." That's all she could say. She just couldn't finish. The next morning, James and Boss find Maggie outside by a pond. She was cold. They rushed her inside, and she expresses that she's okay as she sits on the sofa. James and Maggie introduced themselves, and Maggie had a brief, warm interaction with Boss and his wife, Eveline. The story concludes with Maggie telling James her sister is getting married. And that is a summary of what happened in Chapter 2, Maggie, in the book Twins. These are the characters that were mentioned in the chapter: Maggie, James, Boss, Eveline, Dr. Henry, and Matthew.